getting, oh, there we go. Now it's recording. All right. Well, welcome everybody. Glad you're here this week. I'm sure people will be adding themselves as we go. Someone just came in on the phone. Who's that?
Hi, this is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
She's mine.
All right. Great. Well, I just thought we would take a few minutes, or really, I think this week we really want to talk about what you all want to get out of the challenge and why you maybe even started the challenge. So it's just kind of a time for us to get to know each other a little bit. For those of you that weren't on last week, there's 4 different coaches here, and we are combining our 4, right? Is that right?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
And Beth.
So 5 with Beth.
Yes.
And so we have 5 different teams that have kind of combined for this. So you may not see everybody in, well, you won't see everybody in your room or in your team room, but we'll see each other on on Zoom on Wednesday nights. So it's nice to have you all here. And I'm Terry Wanberg. I'm a health coach with Take Shape for Life, and it's been really exciting. This challenge has been really exciting, and a lot of really wonderful things have happened. I don't know. I love everything about this challenge. Once they worked out those little bugs that made it a little challenging for a while, it's been a lot of fun. So I'm glad you're all here tonight, and I'll give it over to Deb and have her take us forward.
Hi. Does anyone hear that sound? What is that?
I'll try to figure out who it is.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like the music I play when I'm massaging people.
Yeah.
Not really, but kind of, kind of.
Maybe electric toothbrush.
Yeah, something like that. Mr. Hygiene is getting ready for us, I guess. Okay, well, as Terry said, my name is Deb Knapp. I'm a certified health coach, and I like to call my program The Habits of Health. I'm a certified obesity preventative coach, just like everybody else here who's a coach. And this challenge is really exciting this year. A lot of us coaches were in the one prior to this, and it was very illuminating for each of us to be kind of accountable to ourselves every day as we are this challenge. And it really opened my eyes to some of my good habits and then some of my not so good habits. And hi, Shauna. And it was really exciting, honestly, last year to look forward to this one. I think this challenge beats the last one by about 100 yards. We have so many more people participating, and that makes it fun. Beth Morley is the beautiful girl in I think it's a white sweatshirt, maybe very light gray, whatever it is. She's cute as a bug. Mm-hmm. And Beth and I have combined rooms. I don't know if you know what that means, but each of you have like a Facebook page that's yours. And Beth and I each did not have enough people to make a full 10 in our team, so we combined, and now we're a team, and we're going for that $1,000 prize, you guys. So
that's right.
You've got some competition out here, but we're very excited. One thing that I love about this particular challenge is that I'm raising my money to help my cousin's granddaughter get a service dog, and she's diabetic. She's a little girl of 6. And her service dog is going to cost $25,000. And her grandmother has raised 10 of it. So I'm hoping to, at least earn $140 or something. And I'll be able to give that to our little cousin. So I'm super excited about that. I am thrilled that our team is getting to know each other. And we're all kind of chatting with each other a bit more. And I'm so much more interested in why people are doing this than anything. So the reason I'm doing it is because I believe in it. I think that it's a fantastic tool for us to get to know ourselves, to get in touch with our own goals and our own reasons why we want to get healthy. And it's a super way to bring people together who end up really loving each other and supporting each other. And that just means the world to us as coaches. It means the world to me. And I would be really happy now to introduce, I'm going to introduce Beth, and then I'd love to introduce Carol. And Terry, she's just one of my besties. All these people are my besties. But hey, Beth, would you please introduce yourself, say how long you've been a coach, and what you love about this challenge, honey.
Hey, hi. I actually just began coaching this summer through Deb. She's awesome. She's taught me so much. I was really excited about this challenge because, like Deb said, I like how it puts you more in touch with yourself, and it's a great way to invite other people just to be healthy without the pressure of, without them feeling the pressure of the program. Because it's been awesome. I've got my fiance's mom involved, his sister involved, and it's just been fun because I can see them get really excited about everything. And my roommate, who just got on, Drew.
Hi, Drew.
Looks like she's still figuring out the audio.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hi, honey.
It's been really fun doing it with Drew because we're in the same apartment, and so we could similar.
But you're not home, right?
Yeah, I'm not at home. It's been really fun. We really like doing it, and it's kind of fun to see people that are kind of skeptical at first get really excited about it as they keep going.
Yep.
So that's what I think.
Great. Thank you, sweetheart.
What was the question?
The question was, why are you excited about the challenge? My name's Carol Saboni. I'm another one of Deb Knapp's coaches, so she's kind of the grandma on this call. And way too young to be a grandma, though.
Oh, no, I'm a grandma and happy to be one.
I've been a health coach for about a year and a half, not quite two. And WD and Sharon are a pair of my coaches, and Shauna and her husband Dan are coaches. And probably the most exciting one for me is Jessie. She's a team leader for us, and she stepped up to the plate and said, sure, I'll play. Certainly didn't have any weight to lose, and healthy and fit and loves to exercise. And she filled up a room with I don't know how many people. I think it started at 15, and now it's maybe 18 or 19, but she'll get that in a second. Just having a blast over there. They have a great time, and I'm just so proud of her for just wanting to learn about it. And that's probably the reason I'm most excited. And kind of like what Beth said, I think it's such a great way for folks to learn more about healthy habits without having to feel like I'm ready to pounce on them to say, here, you got to have my program, because you don't. We want to make people healthy, and we want to help them do that, whatever the best way for them. So I'm just excited to expose some more people to the incredible resources that we have. And I'm thrilled that we have twice as many people in this challenge as we did last time. So it has just grown exponentially. And that's just in our family tree, so to speak. This is happening all over the country with tens of thousands of people. So this is just one little sliver of it, which is why we're like, well, what's the big deal with the servers and the problems? It's because this is only a piece of their puzzle. And they're doing a fine job of trying to catch up with the onslaught, the tsunami of healthy people. So we're thrilled about that. So Jessie, could you unmute for a second and talk about why you wanted to do this, given your perspective?
I wanted to do it, one, to learn a little more about the program. I have some family members who have gone through this and are looking and feeling great. And I love encouraging people towards health, just to better themselves in that way, because it's so important for us to take care of our bodies.
And what are the people saying in your room? What's your team saying about being here?
They all struggled at first too with all the technical difficulties, but they stuck it out. I like hearing them talk about their accomplishments of the day or what they've changed. Some of us have gotten to work out together and encourage each other that way, and people talking about their eating habits. Somebody posted a recipe for a smoothie today, you know. So a lot of them are excited. A few of them are kind of quiet about it, but it's been fun.
Well, great. Thanks a lot for stepping up. And Shauna, I'd like to toss the ball to you next, because you and Dan did not play last time. So I think this was your first exposure to the challenge. So I'd love to hear what you think about it with the kind of a fresh set of eyes.
Dan actually did do it last time, but I did not.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really actually enjoying it. And at first I didn't really know like what to expect. And like I was telling people to do the challenge, but yeah, I had not done one myself. And so now I'm learning. I'm like, what? It's important to do it. And then we get to know a little bit about what we're learning as, how important our health is. Even if you can't do the program right away, at least they get a glimpse of what we're doing and to get healthy. And it's just very exciting to see and read each day and be encouraged and feel supported. And I love it. I'm really enjoying it.
Great. Thank you. And WD and Sharon are probably the gold star clients that I have. They actually read both of Dr. Anderson's books and then went back through them the second time to actually study them. I was blown away with their dedication to getting healthy, and mostly for their grandkids. They want to be around to play with these kids, and they're doing a fine job, and they've both gotten a lot healthier throughout the program. So WD and Sharon, what are you thinking about the challenge?
Well, it certainly keeps me on track. That's the main thing. I have to have accountability, and of course, this coach here, my wife, helps me accountable. Well, and Carol really is my coach. But let me tell you, the articles and stuff, there was, I don't know if it was a webinar or something where a psychologist doctor came on just not long ago and explained the two parts of the brain, the one part that is in the survival mode and the frontal, that you have to really overcome that sometimes. That was one great webinar, I think it was.
Yeah, it's on there this week.
Yes, and I thought that those are the kind of things I look for to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was headed for maintenance, and it was like those last few pounds were just really hard for me to do because WD was, I was heading for transition. And with him already on maintenance, I was being very tempted, selling the breads and all that. And I thought, well, this will help me, but it'll also help me as a coach to, to be able, like Shauna was saying, to be able to fight people. And what I tell them now is, hey, it's my first time too, but we have Carol. We can ask her the questions.
Great. Thank you. Deb and Terry, who would you like to go next?
Oh, just anybody can go. Who wants to speak up? Bethy, do you want to introduce Drew?
Yeah, so my roommate Drew, she just started the challenge about 2 weeks ago, and she's been really successful. I'll let her tell you, though. Do you know how to unmute yourself?
I can unmute you.
I started that on mute. Yeah, so I started 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't very hard for me personally, because I'm technologically savvy, I think, so that was a plus. And then, yeah, but it's been really good. I think, honestly, what's helped me the most so far is since it was all about water, like I drank so much water in the last week, so much, and I love it because I'm a singer, so it's really good. It helps me sing better, too, when I'm really hydrated, so I could tell the difference.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Just got here. It's Brett.
Hi, Brett.
How you, Maureen?
Actually, Maureen isn't with us, Brett. That was Terry.
Oh, okay.
We're both from Iowa, so it must be our accent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in Kansas right now. I'm in Todoville.
Oh.
I'm on my way up to Iowa. I'll get there eventually. But I heard the gal speaking about the water aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I'll give you guys this is personal experience, obviously. I had severe edema in my right leg, and of course they give you water pills and everything else, to take that off because I do a lot of sitting in my work. And the water, as crazy as I thought it was to drink more water to get rid of the water, that is actually what happened. I mean, it works. My goal is, I try to drink a minimum of a gallon and a half a day. Sometimes I make that goal, sometimes I don't. The problem that I have is when I get busy, I forget to drink. And then the edema comes back. But since I've been drinking water, I've had no issues with edema.
Wow. Praise the Lord.
That's cool.
So anybody who has issues with that and they're taking, some type of medication to help get rid of the water. And I only have one kidney, by the way. And believe me, it keeps you flushed.
Well, you're an inspiration, Drew. That's great, Brett.
Oh, thank you.
Fantastic.
Try to do something right once in a while. You know, I'm a man. We're not always right.
But you're always right.
Exactly. You know, we'll not argue that point.
As my husband says, even a blind squirrel can find a nut once in a while.
There you go.
Who else would like to chime in here from our phone callers, or maybe Tricia and Darlos and Jody? We haven't heard from any of you.
Yeah, how about Jody? Let me quickly on the spot there, Jody. Jody's my cousin, so.
Right, and we just connected last summer, and my sister is actually my coach, and she has some family issues right now, so she couldn't join us, but we just joined Terry's team for the challenge. So it should get interesting to see what a big group will end up bringing. And so far, everybody has said a lot of the stuff that I was thinking about. How for me, it wasn't that hard to get started because I work for IBM, so I know computers and I know how to get on and do things all the time. So I'm there every morning. And the water is a big thing for me because sitting all day, I actually use the water and my bathroom breaks to actually walk further than I would have to. I just pick a different bathroom to go to all the time just to get out there and get my walks in. So it's really helped in that respect. And just the spacing of the small meals, because before I get so busy, I wouldn't be eating, but I have the stuff right there at my desk. I can grab something and it's not like I have to go to the refrigerator for it. So it's been really, really helpful for me. So now I'm just waiting to see what more of the teamwork and how that support will help too.
Good. Great. Thank you.
So Kay has gotten her visual on. We finally got Kay to join us.
Yeah, we can see you now, Kay.
So Kay,
I go back and forth there, what button to push. Sorry about that.
So why did you join the challenge, and what are you thinking about it now?
I'm really liking it. At first I was a little skeptical about it, and I thought, well, it's really kept me on target. It's made me think about planning my meals, planning how I'm going to get my water in, and things of that nature, which has been really good because I had kind of fallen off the track that way. So it's been really good to do that again.
That's neat.
Good.
Well, you know, girls, I'm guessing I'm dealing with primarily women here, right?
Mostly.
Yeah.
There is one other brother in the audience.
That's right.
All right. One for the guys. But one of the things, and this is something that people really, at least in my experience, that people overlook. Okay, I'm a pretty positive guy. I've had a lot of adversity in my life, which not discounting anybody else, obviously. But the one thing that I know that I tend to overlook and to have issues with is in just simple relationships and stress-related issues with that. Because of those things, it causes you to lose focus on what you're trying to achieve. And in losing that focus, so to speak, if you want to fall off the wagon, if you want to call it that. But that, those things, I guess the whole thing is making sure that you have people around you that are moving the same direction you are. And it's kind of like lead, follower, get the hell out of my way. And, seriously, I mean, we're talking about our lives here. And, if you're talking about people who love and care about you or cherish you, then they should want that for you also. And they should support whatever you're doing or try to help you support what you're doing and eliminate, the stress factors, if you will. And, those are the things that we tend to overlook or lose focus with. I mean, that's been my experience. Those are the things that cause me to go astray, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that emotional eating and that stress related eating, or just not being able to sleep well, some of those things are really challenging, can be really challenging, and can really stall you in a lot of ways. So they have talked a little
the
bit.
way I see it, I'm looking at a healthy mind. You gain a healthy mind, and your body will follow.
I agree with that.
That's
That
the
is
part
so-
the part that you got to work on first, in my opinion, is getting your mind where it needs to be, and then your body will go. It'll go right along with it. Because if you look at most people who have any kind of issues, it's not because of bodily problems. It's because of what's going on upstairs.
Yeah, it is mostly in your mind.
At least in my experience, that's what I've found.
I think that's really
Hey, look, I'm a guy. I'm right again.
I know. It's a miracle.
Does anyone else feel that way too?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Definitely.
I think that is one of the biggest effects that this plan has had on me is my mindset. It's just, it really is amazing. It's really hard because it's so personal and it's hard to explain. Although I know I've talked to Maureen, my coach, and we kind of had the same situation, but I pretty much had given up on myself. And as far as weight-wise was concerned, because I'm the yo-yo person. I have tried everything. But getting into this program and certain things from Dr. Anderson's book is first assured you that it's not your fault. Just reading that, I mean, it was as if he was talking to me, but just reading that, it was like, okay, now I can move on. I can accept that and I can move on. So it's just the little things like that just start. And I suppose it's whatever situation is whatever you hear the loudest, I guess. But it just starts you to where you can accept yourself a little bit more each day. And that's wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Darlis. Don't you all just get such a feeling of power, just a good power inside when you hear those words? Darlis, that was beautiful, because I honestly have to say, my favorite part about this whole program, besides watching everybody's eyes light up with their own, like, getting healthier every day, is my own personal self-development. Do y'all feel that? I mean, just a little bit.
Yes.
It's one of those things, it's like, well, a person told me a long time ago, you can't draw from an empty well. So in other words, to expand on that a little is in order to love somebody or to love anything, you must love yourself first. And in this program, that's what you have to learn how to do, is learn how to love who you are and accept that fact, and then improve on the wonderful person that you already are.
Right. Couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. How, if this isn't too personal, I really would love it if y'all would unmute yourselves, because I want you to be able to jump in. Can you share anything in particular that you've had aha moments about yourself or about your goals and dreams since even if you've just started with this challenge? Have there been any aha moments for you? And you phone people down there, I'm not leaving you out. Okay, anybody can chime in, and please do.
Well, myself, I figured out I was an emotional leader. I mean, I was like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that. Duh, I mean, seriously, I mean, I've watched, I've sit there and I've watched my calories. I used to play college football, and like you sit there and watch them guys on Biggest Loser, and I mean, these guys were champions at one time, and they've let themselves go, and it's because they lost themselves and they lost the feeling for themselves. And I was one of those people, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize I was so far down in the hole.
Wow, that's big.
And the whole thing is it goes back to the basics of learning to love who you are. Simple. I mean, it's as simple as that, and it's the hardest thing in the world to do sometimes because we are our own worst critics.
Yeah, we sure can be, can't we, guys?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Brett, it's so cool hearing you, a big old football playing guy, talk about these things. I don't know about the rest of you, but it really touches my heart. And he's really getting down to things that we all think about, right? Self-talk, you know, just trying to have that perfect brightness of hope in our lives. And please don't think I'm trying to take over this, but I sure am, aren't I? Okay, I'm going to be quiet now. Y'all just, like, anything you want to say, you pitch in. We're not, as coaches, we're just people, right? We're not any big deal. We're just like you guys. We're just here trying to learn things and get healthy just like y'all. And if you have anything you want to share, I really get sick and tired of hearing myself. So just get me to pipe down and y'all pipe up.
One thing for me. Oh, do I have to say something?
No, you're good, Drew.
Okay. One thing that is not, it wasn't very profound, I guess, but one thing that I realized since starting is that my cravings like totally go away when I'm eating 6 small meals a day as opposed to like 3. Because I feel like before I could eat like 2 really healthy meals and then by dinner I'd just be like, oh, I just want to eat something unhealthy, you know? But when you're eating, maybe partially I think it's that it keeps your like levels all even. And the other fact is that like, well, I get a little snack in an hour, so I don't have to go crazy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's something that I like.
Yeah, I found
No,
that too.
but you know, when you're talking about the cravings, that's a really funny subject because you know, you don't have to be pregnant to have cravings. I mean, I'm a type 2 diabetic, okay? And I discovered something else. I'm a food addict. I love food. Seriously, I do. And I love food. Not just, I mean, because it tastes great, you know, sometimes the texture, whatever. But I love food. Okay, but the whole thing is when you're talking about addictions, like, you know, like we in our past, and I mean, I'm pretty safe. I think we can include everybody on this. We have consumed a large amount of sugar in our lives, or a large amount of carbohydrates.
Yeah.
And we're taking our bodies away from that. And it's I mean, you know, without, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it's almost like being an addict, if you will, because our body craves those carbohydrates. And, you know, you go into the convenience store and you see those little Debbie cakes, oh, that look good, or cookies, or, you know, potato chips, whatever, you name it, you know, pick one. And, you know, you're sitting here going, and yeah, I got a salad going on here. What the heck, you know? And I mean, it's, you know, you're going, that cookie sure would taste good, but would it wear well on me? You know? I mean, you know, I guess it all boils down to when you're talking about, it's kind of like mental warfare, if you will, because, you know, you're going, what do I really want? You know, in order to get what I work, I mean, like when I was playing ball, our coach said in order to achieve exactly what you want, you got to be willing to sacrifice everything you want to get to it.
Yeah.
And you know, in this program, I mean, we're not sacrificing anything. What we're doing is we're giving up bad things to gain good things. You know, the bad things being our old style of life and the health and such like that, to gain a better health, a more clearer mind, and a more awareness of ourselves.
Yeah.
I guess that's the biggest way to put it. And you know, when you deal with the cravings, believe me, I get my fair share. Sometimes I win some, sometimes I lose some.
Yep.
But I mean, that's just the way it is. We're only human.
And I really like what WD was talking about with that webinar, because the guy talked about that. Gordon Brewing said, yeah, you're going to have cravings, and just realize it won't kill you. Just, yeah, there it is. I've got it, and now we're going to do this other thing. It's there. Accept that. Don't try to fight it. Just move on to something else. Get active, drink your water, and have one of those other little meals like Drew said, and just get over yourself. Keep on going. Your goals in your sights.
I like that.
Well, you know, like you're saying there, you know, when I used to help people quit smoking, or you know, any kind of tobacco product, whatever like that, the first thing you got to realize, why am I allowing this object to control my life?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it boils down to, you know. I mean, I hear guys saying, yeah, I'd kill for that steak. Sorry, I'm not going to. You know, I'm not going to jail for no steak, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, words are powerful, aren't they?
Exactly. I mean, you know, you take it, I mean, I'm guessing, you know, some of you people have kids. I've never had children in my life, and I love kids. But you take, for instance, like the word dumb and stupid. I can't, or I'll try. I'll try is giving yourself an out. I can't, well, that means you don't want to, you know? And, you know, calling somebody stupid, I'm sorry, I can't understand that word. You know, the words that were always coached to me were, I will, I can. Try wasn't in my vocabulary, because we're capable of anything we set our minds to if that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen so many things.
I find too that if I get too hungry, you know, I haven't been able to eat on time, I just forget stop, challenge, and choose. I plow right in, and then I go, I should have had stop, challenge, and choose, you know, and then made the choice. And that is something, like you were saying, I've got to really make up my mind to put that stop, challenge, and choose before me, no matter how hard hunger is wanting me to just devour the table.
Excellent. Well, we are at our half-hour mark. I don't mean to cut off the conversation, because we had some really good information here tonight, and thank you so much for participating. But we will be back again next week at the same time. And so bring your takeaways from the challenge this week. There'll be a lot of new information that you'll get, and a lot of opportunity to learn and have some insight. And there's some challenge contests going on right now, so I hope you're getting in on those. There's one that's from the challenge itself, and then some of us are doing a challenge on our Facebook page. So, our team page. So. I hope you're in on the main challenge contest this week, and I think they're at it's earning the most points between now and yesterday and Sunday, correct? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The main challenge one is
the main challenge one, yes. So thanks a lot, everybody, for coming. Have a great week, and looking forward to seeing you in the team rooms. See you next week.
Bye, everybody. Love you.
Bye.
Hasta la vista.
Bye.
Ciao.
Mary,
Yeah?
are you still there?
Yeah.
Is this the right Zoom call that I was supposed to be on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, because Maureen wasn't here, and I think that's what I think that's why she left, because she wasn't sure. So I'll let her know.
Oh, yeah. Maureen, Rose got hurt, and Maureen was. She hurt her hand. So Maureen was at the doctor with Rose, so that's why she wasn't.
But I think that's what Tricia was wondering, so I'll let her know too.
Okay, sorry. I should have said that earlier.
Well, I was going to ask, and then I looked up, and she was gone, so.
Yeah.
But we'll get her next week, hopefully.
Yeah. This is the right one.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
All right. Thanks so much.
Oh, I better stop recording.